Today's DIY can't be beat. Can't be beat. It is so fabulous, so sexy, and so easy that it can't be beat. It is a 20-minute turtleneck long sleeve smooshy sweater dress that is perfect for fall. And if you're a beginner, this one's for you. Welcome to my channel, guys. I am so happy you're here for this video. I hope everyone had a beautiful week and a wonderful weekend, and I'm so happy you're spending your Sunday with me, so thanks for being here. If you're brand new, welcome. My name is Orly, and this is the DIY Designer. I do super fun DIY fashion and home decor and styling content, and basically I'm just obsessed with all things personal style. Using your style as a way to express your individuality, and DIY is one of the most economical and the most powerful ways that you can do that. You can take anything in your closet and transform it to speak your unique style language, which is what I'm all about. On this channel, I focus mainly on DIY content, but I'm also creating an online course called Style Language, which is the ultimate cheat code to unlock your personal style. And the two weave together beautifully, but today we are all DIY and I am so excited. Now, this DIY was sort of inspired by some of like the cult Gaia dresses. I just love cult Gaia. So sexy, so cool. And I feel like they always have these really cool like sweater knit dresses. And I was thinking, what if we could make a super simple like turtleneck long sleeve like sausage dress, just like a super tight dress with boots. You could layer it, you could tie something around the waist, a leather jacket, a beanie, like what a fun piece. And then I remembered my mama gave me like 37.5 yards of this stretch sheer perfect material. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys, look at this. How much I have. Literally can make the dresses for all of you too. The reason this is such a great DIY for beginners is because when I was first starting, I was super overwhelmed with like multiple pieces, sewing multiple pieces, like sleeves and turtlenecks and seams. Like I wanted easy breezy, simple. So we are gonna make this sweater dress, one piece in the front, one piece in the back, turtleneck and sleeves included. Oh, one final thing. You don't need to do a sweater like knit for this, but you do need stretch. This is 100% stretch material needed so that it can just stretch over your body and still fit you really well. So just make sure that you do that. Other than that, whatever you want. Okay, let's get into it. Alrighty, so here is some of all of that fabric. So much fabric. First thing you're gonna do is just fold it in half and lay it flat, getting out all the wrinkles. Next, grab the item that you're gonna trace. I happen to have a turtleneck long sleeve dress, but if not, just grab a turtleneck and a skirt and just sort of line them up so you have something to trace. You're gonna have two options. One is like this, lay it flat while your fabric is doubled and cut it out. The other option is fold your fabric in half again, and then you're gonna put your dress on the fold so you're only cutting half the dress. What this does is it guarantees that the right and the left will be perfectly symmetrical because you're cutting it on the fold. But because we folded it and then folded it again, you're still getting a full front and a full back. So right now I'm cutting through 4 layers of fabric. When I open it, that fold is gonna be my center and I will have a right and a left for my front and a right and a left for my back. Just cut it out. That's it, trace it. And then when you open it, ta-da, you have a dress. It is insanely easy. Remember, you don't have to be super perfect. When you're dealing with stretch material, especially something like this, it is so forgiving. It's just gonna kind of stretch and hug your body, so don't worry. I pinned everything and I'm just gonna go ahead and stitch this entire thing all the way around. I am using a zigzag stitch and I'm going about a half an inch in. That seam allowance is gonna help prevent some of the curling and waving edges that can happen when you sew through a knit. So just do a little bit of seam allowance there. I would say though, if you have an overlock machine, doing an overlock stitch exposed on the outside of the dress would actually be so cool. Like a white or a black contrasting stitch would be amazing. Okay, and about 10 minutes later, I've got a very sheer dress. I'm gonna need to wear a slip under it and I'm gonna need to take it in a little bit because it's too big, but we're pretty good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is reinforce the entire thing. So I'm gonna go back over the whole thing with a zigzag stitch just to make sure it's all tight because everything else is really good. But right here, the underarm into the waist, I am going to take it in. So all I'm gonna do is start on the existing stitch and then kind of like work my way up a little bit, up like this, and go back down and then merge back into the side. This is great because if I cut it now, then I have to repin it. It's basically pinned, right? It's sewn, so it's pinned for me. So I'm just gonna gradually shave off a little bit from the underarm and the waist, and then that's it. This is like a 20-minute dress. I can't believe it. It's really freaking cute. And you could obviously make this as a sweater if you don't want to make it a dress. It could just be like a little freaking sweater. So fun. All right, so I sewed the entire thing, reinforcing all of the seams that were in the right place and then shaving off a little. You can see it's about 1.5 inches in, so that's about a total of 3 inches I've taken off. I'm gonna cut off all of the excess and trim up all the edges. If you notice your edges are curling a little bit like mine here, what I'd recommend doing is taking a damp cloth and pressing it with an iron. Not a wet cloth, but just something damp, and that'll help flatten it. Now, there was one more thought I had. I could totally be done here, and you could too, but one thought I had was I wanted to make the turtleneck a little bit longer. So I grabbed another piece of fabric and I lined it up to be exactly the same size. So I just lined it up and did a straight stitch. So it's basically like a little tube. Now, one tip when you're learning to sew things is I still need to do this. Sometimes I like to put things where they're gonna end up and then figure out how to sew it. So I knew that I wanted, obviously, it to be clean finish, so my seam needed to be hidden on the inside. So I took that little tube and I put it right over my existing tube so that I could imagine where would I need to sew it if I wanted to be able to fold this down, making it a little bit more of a substantial turtleneck. So I lined it up like that so I could visualize it. Then I sort of undid it, pinned it, and I'll just stitch that all the way around. And then we're done. Oh my gosh, you guys. Did I lie? I think not. It was so easy. I can't wait to model this for you so you can see how amazing it looks on. It does not look like it's just a bloopity boop boop doop. It looks real legit and real cool and sexy, and I hope that you guys give this one a try. If you do, please tag me. I'm dying to see the versions of projects that you guys do, so please always tag me. I would love so much to see that. And I will see you all here next week. I have a really fun styling video next week, holiday edition of like day to night. You know how I show you like 30 ways to wear one thing? We're gonna do one of those next week and it's gonna be amazing. So that's it. Okay, let's go.